Hey guys, welcome back. Hope you're having a good Wednesday. Fed minutes came out today. Got jobs reports on Friday. CPI next week. Sub up, like up, comment down. Happy Money sticks around. We have a Twitter you can follow us on at Happy Money YT. Today was kind of boring. I ended up just looking at yachts. Looked at Serenity yachts. Looking for a Solar Cat. Looked at Sunreef, just looked at all the players at this point. A couple good ones. This one actually I haven't seen yet, this Alva. It's from Europe somewhere. These actually have the most solar panel coverage. Anyways, ORPHY is up 24,000%. And here we are, SPY. Kind of waited for the Fed minutes. Nothing really new on the Fed minutes. I think the fact that they were kind of expecting maybe something hawkish and it didn't happen, so it had a bit of a rip. This head and shoulders that was kind of forming looks like it's kind of still breaking down and probably not going to happen. So we might just be getting ready for this bear market rally, this pretty big one. I think it might not be very fast though. It might be a long, slow grind. Long, slow, like a month or two. Just with this RSI divergence on the weekly candles here on the SPY. And I think we'll be filling some gaps, maybe even grinding all the way back up to that level around there, 418 or so. We'll see what GME does with it. The short term, I think GME will probably come down. Today it did break through the support. Today was the first day we've seen some action and some volume on GME for a bit. And it was needed to break it through that support. The support that we were, this one right here. I was saying if it breaks through that support, we've lost our divergences. Up until that, we had a nice divergence going on. And now we don't. So broke that support, lost our divergences. Now we have a lower RSI with lower price action. I think it'll probably keep coming down. That said, on the weekly, it's still a pretty respectable bull flag, but yeah, there's still a bullish MACD. So if it does come down, we'll look for maybe this MACD to come down and hit the signal. Maybe it'll bounce off of it. Back here, it kind of dipped and then ripped through it, but what I'm talking about is kind of just a bounce where it stays bullish. Kind of like it did right here. Right here, the MACD came down and just bounced off the signal and came back up. So if we see that on a weekly chart, that looked like next week kind of hitting the low, which is kind of what I'm expecting. And then I'm kind of going with that 19th, that Tuesday, to start a run. So until then, I think they'll probably be shorting it. Maybe it'll hold up some, but I have exposure for them to bring it down, because I think that's what they like to do. So triple digits, I don't know if we'll get it down to double digits yet. We'll see. I think that like 100 level is probably going to be somewhat of a fight. But on the momentum too, we've got, of course, just looking from here on the daily, we've got bearish MACD, which we've had for a bit. Red under the 9, we had our drop, we had some consolidation. Now we're just kind of coming down to make another leg. And so it's possible the SPY kind of does that a little bit with it, but as we've seen of late, GME's kind of moved on its own without SPY, so it could very well get shorted and SPY could just kind of stay flat or even slowly grind up for these next 10 trading days or so. Did move up a little bit here. That was kind of with the SPY, but it's not, I don't think it's looking too good. Just because it did break that support. But it hasn't fully capitulated on this bull flag. This bull flag still is intact. I still have exposure to the upside. Let me show you. So the funds on this data farming account transferred. I, of course, was hasty to sell some cash secured puts. Oh well, sold 116. It's actually almost break even. This is for this week. I might actually close this and I'll reopen it tomorrow. 116 cash secured put on this one. 271 in premium for 3 days. Not a bad return on your investment. 110 covered call. This also expires on Friday. That one's at 2,500 in premium, but that's been rolled over, I think once, maybe twice. And 122 cash secured put, so I'll have to roll this one down unless we have a rally before Friday, and then a 135, which should be fine for its covered call. So premium selling on here to the fullest, and then I got a lot of tabs. I got all my yacht tabs open. Can't be bothered with the stock market. What we did on here, I got some Airbnb calls. Chart looks nice. It's gonna kind of depend on the SPY. I mean, a lot of stuff is just moving with the market. There's so much scare in the market right now that stuff's not really just running on its own. So even long positions, long trades, it's just kind of a little risky. Got to get out of stuff quick. But it's got this nice divergence here. This RSI and this RSI. This one's higher than this one, and this price is lower. Got a bullish MACD. We've crossed over. We got this engulfing candle. I think it's probably due for a gap fill at least to 107, maybe even 131, and that might be with the big SPY bear market rally. So got some Tesla exposure. That's for August 5th, so a month. That's a 110 call. And of course, I still have my Tesla call debit spread with a price target of about 833 with that SPY bear market rally. It's rising RSI, this increasing MACD. It's looking good to me on there too. But this is kind of just in line with more of the SPY TA that I'm seeing, and knowing how Tesla likes to move. We'll see if it continues. Sometimes Fed minutes comes out, it rips that day, and then the next day it dumps. I think that's what happened. Where do we have that? Back here? Yeah, I think we had it back here, ripped, flat, and then dumped. But jobs report end of week, and then CPI next week could rip on that. That might be the catalyst for a big bear market rally, is the CPI. Yeah, because the timing would be right on that. So let's see. Closed out of I had that bullish SPX play. I just wasn't sure. The market was kind of iffy. I want to close it before the minutes. Made a little profit on it, and actually opened up a bearish one. Made, I don't know, it was 30% on that one, which I closed here. Let's see, I opened it. This is confusing. Opened it for 12s and closed it for 8, but it was a short, so sold it for 12, bought it back for 8-ish, 9, something like that. Yeah, that's confusing. Try and see that. Closed out of my calls for this week on GME, as well as next week, just because we broke through that support. And yeah, I mean, it wasn't recouping a whole lot of losses, but might as well recoup some. I guess I still have this 295. I didn't sell out of all of them. So this wordless 295, and I opened up a bearish play 108, 111 put debit spread for next Friday. So that's OPEX. And I thought about doing a credit spread, but ended up just doing this. So this one costs 500, 700 max profit. GME needs to be below 108 by next Friday. So I think this will probably work. It would be pretty bullish if it actually held up, if GME held up at this price until they started covering and ripping for end of month SLD and all that. If it actually held up this 117, it didn't come down further. But I'm not expecting that at this point. I think they probably will bring it down. And yeah, I can then close out of that short on SPX. Not a whole lot today. Kept it pretty mellow. Yeah, trying to preserve the cash balance. That's important, especially when stuff is. If it runs, it's very short-lived. So hanging on to winners for too long in this market to the upside is sketchy. Cash balance, cash is a position, just like a long call is a position. So good to have cash. Trying to build up cash. SPY's kind of come down here. We've only got 10 minutes. Kind of a late video. My rev calls came up, kind of flat now. The premiums on these are still pretty crazy. So I don't know. I'm gonna let this ride a little bit. I had an order to sell one, didn't fill. This is for next Friday. Hourly still looks nice. 4 hour, not as nice. Daily looks pretty good actually still. So we'll see what happens with that one. Rocket bumped up today. Not sure what the news was on that. Yeah. Yep, that's what I got. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you on Discord. Peace out.